phones in the recycling bin.
What's the big deal? I find phones in recycling bins all the time.
Was that a mermaid? What's this?
Open it.
It's a book. The Girl Without a Phone, A Little Mermaid Story. Fish out of water. This looks so cool.
Oh, there was a note that fell out of it.
This is a real book. It's available on Amazon and Apple Books and Barnes & Noble and everywhere. Paperback and ebook too. The links are below. The links are below? Oh, the links are below.
I think that it means that the links to buy the book are in the description of the video.
Do you think you could read it to me?
Sure.
But don't read it to me as Sierra. Read to me as Shay.
And I'll read it as Lane.
So this book, we're reading it for the very first time and we're so excited.
We hope you like it. Okay. Sometimes I swear I see her sitting in bleachers. When my goggles are fogged, or when the seal against my face is broken and the water has seeped in and the chlorine stings my eyes. You'd think I'd have a resistance to that sting after all these years. I don't. It's those moments when I think I see her sitting there, cheering me on, that steal my breath. The 8th anniversary has just passed. Seeing her, or thinking I see her, happens more often around this time of the year, when the leaves change and the air has a bite to it, reminding you to take a heavier coat and not just a cute sweatshirt or cardigan, or you'll shiver through all your classes. But then I blink my stinging eyes a few times, readjust my goggles against my face, look back at the bleachers, and it's not my mom sitting there, but someone else's. It's those moments that I feel most alone in the world. My father is usually there, but instead of cheering, he's hunched over his silver clipboard, a stopwatch in his hand. I can tell what the rest of the day will be like with a single glance at the shape of his mouth. Parents sit in groups, high-fiving and hollering. She used to high-five and holler too. The stakes were a lot lower then. A meet, good or bad, meant a trip to the ice cream shop after. Nowadays, a bad performance in the pool means hours more in the pool. I blink again. The mirage fades. Again, someone else's mom. The squeeze of grief, like a hand wrapped around my heart, it never goes away. Well-meaning folks says it gets better with time, and maybe with 100 more years it will. Then a start beep goes off, and I hit the water, racing against the dolphin-like bodies on either side of me, and she floats out of my mind as quickly as she floated in. And that's the end of chapter 1. I'm kind of hooked.
I know, it's good.
I want to see what else happens.
Yeah.
And if you guys want to too, you can click the link in the description to buy the book. It's on all kinds of websites, as you heard before.
Yeah.
Don't wait. It's super cheap for an earbook. Don't wait. It's a super cheap ebook, and it's a very nice regular book.
Very nice regular.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Good little Christmas gift to yourself.
Yes. Treat yourselves. Go for it. I know I'll be reading it, and I hope you guys do too. Little Mermaid story. Fish out of water. Coming to you soon. Actually, it's already out. Go get it. What am I saying? Almost forgot to mention, Lily and Sierra are in it too.
So follow us and this new character and see what we're up to.
Her name's Marina.
Marina, yeah. Don't miss our adventures.
Go read. Do it. Read. Expand your brains. Yeah. Read.
But also keep watching YouTube.
Yeah, do that too. That helps.
Yep. We just
Aww.
read the first chapter like 5 minutes
I'm
ago.
already kind of intrigued.
I know, it's
I want to like
really
read it
good.
now.
So, so you guys have basically been living in my head for 3 months, so it's really weird to meet you.
Yeah.
So, now you guys have to tell me, did she spray this? I've never used a, like, just set your makeup, so if there's any lines, you have to tell me.
No, you look good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm terrible with girl stuff. Yeah, I grew up with in a very strict household, so
Okay, that's
I was a
understandable.
wild,
break free.
I was a wild child.
So, We just read the first chapter of your book. We really like it. We're kind of hooked, one might say. So,
that was good.
Yeah, you saw it. She got it. She got the pun.
Mermaid fish. Right?
Yes. So, yeah, we really like the book, and we just have some questions for you, I guess, about being an author and about the book. So, yeah.
Being an author.
Yeah. Shay, why don't you start?
All right. So, what I am curious to know is what inspires you to write your books? Because you have a whole bunch of books. It's not just this one.
I do.
You're a full-time author.
Yeah, this was my 8th book.
Oh, wow.
Which, and compared to some people, is not a lot, but for me, it's a lot. Well, and one of these other books that I'll point to later. I spent 6 years writing, so
The Slate one?
Slate, yeah,
Oh
it took
my
forever.
God.
It took forever. What was your question?
What inspires you?
Oh, what inspires me? Everything. Conversations that I overhear. I eavesdrop a lot. I actually when I teach writing classes to kids, I'm like, you guys have to train your ears to listen to the people around you. Actors do the same thing. You want to listen to how people talk and how people don't talk and what dialogue is supposed to sound like. And so I get a lot of ideas from people around me, the news, things people are screwing up. My husband made a joke the other day about skip the dishes, and all of a sudden I had an idea about writing a comedy about a woman driving for skip the dishes. So it would have to be called something else, but yeah, everything inspires me.
Cool.
That's so cool.
That's awesome.
So I actually wanted to be a movie star.
Oh.
And as I mentioned earlier, I'm a terrible actor.
Oh, good name choice.
So you guys should still be movie stars.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I'm like sitting with movie stars. This is really cool.
What advice would you give to maybe like a young viewer who wanted to write a novel of their own, wanted to be a writer maybe in the future?
Read everything. You have to learn how a book is shaped before you can shape your own. Because it's easy to just sit down and write a story and then you hit a dead end because you don't know where to go. But I would definitely recommend reading. And then if you can find teachers who are supportive, a lot of times, I don't know about your experiences, but some parents will be like, yeah, you can't be a writer, you can't be an actor because it's not a real job. But it is a real job and people really do it. And so find just people who are supportive of that, teachers or mentors, if you can meet authors in real life like me and ask them questions. And keep a journal. That's a good thing too.
Oh.
Yeah, I still have my journals from a long time ago.
They're probably so well written.
Oh, they're terrible, but they're funny. And there's inspiration in them. Like if I decide I want to write an angry 11-year-old, I'm all set up.
What's your favorite book?
Little Women. Of course, that's actually the book that made me want to be a writer. And it's coming out in the movie theater, so you have to go see it.
Yes. You said that when you were a kid or in high school, you thought you wanted to be a movie star. What kind of led you into the path of becoming like an author?
Because I'm a terrible actor. Yeah, I actually lived in Los Angeles for a while, but I was too chicken to do anything. I've always written. I started actually writing when I wrote my first story when I was 5.
Wow.
About a dentist, which is so weird because I'm terrified of the dentist. It was terrible. It was like a page long, and I'm sure it was terrible. I've always been a writer because I needed to get the stories in my head out, and that's why I wanted to be an actor, because then I thought I could be all these different people. You guys know it's fun to be someone else.
Yeah.
And what were you like in high school?
Oh, super dork. I was a total nerd. They used to actually call me Jeffrey because I didn't look like a girl for a while. I was a late bloomer. So, but I was really hyper too, as you, I know it's hard to believe. I was really hyper. So I was the kid in the class that was always trying to make people laugh. And so I was such a nerd.
Did you know you wanted to be a writer back then?
I did, but I didn't have a support system that said that was a viable opportunity for a career. So I decided to be a journalist. Then I switched to English because I didn't want to be a journalist. I didn't want to write about boring council meetings and stuff. I wanted to write about dragons. And there were no dragons at the school I was at, so I had to write.
Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone. Jen Summersby, she wrote Fish Out of Water, and we haven't read it yet, just the first chapter, but we're so excited. And
we're excited for you guys to read it too.
Me too. I hope you like it.
Yes.
Marina's really fun. It was really fun getting to know that character, and no, she's not a mermaid. She was inspired by The Little Mermaid. And Lily and Shay have been living in my head for 3 months. Or Lily and Sierra, sorry.
That's okay.
These two people have been living in my head for 3 months, so it's really fun to get to meet them in real life.
Yay. Okay, thank you so much for coming and for letting us know a little bit more about being an author. It's really interesting to hear because I've never met anyone that writes. Like, it's really
has actual books.
yeah.
Well,
like-
and we're mostly crazy, so we're usually hiding in our basements. I have lots of information on my website if anybody wants more about my other books that are. I have a new book coming out in March too. This is in Canada. If you're in Canada, this is the first book. It's called Slight. It's about a 17-year-old girl who inherits a magical book that has the ability to harness time, and she has to keep it away from the bad guy. And it's all circus if you're in circus. And this is the sequel. And then this is the American covers for and I just got this today, so it's really fun to see this is the first one, this is the second one. They're so pretty.
Thanks for watching. Hey! I think you are.